Hello everybody and welcome to the Digital Fighter Combat Academy. This is Chango, the founder of the Academy, and today we will continue our livery creation workshop. So as you have seen in the previous video, if you haven't, checked right here, or if you already know how to get to a point like this, you don't need to. I had to split the workshop in multiple parts so that it's easier for you to digest and to play without interruptions. Today, I want to go into something that you may have not done before. So you can see the plan for this aircraft is going to be yellow and red. But this color here, and for those who don't know what aircraft this is the MB339. Currently the Frecce Tricoloris one, as you can see by the color of the suit of the pilots. So what I want to do is just change the color of the suit and the helmet of the pilot so that it matches the patrol, the acrobatic team colors. And as I said the previous time, these videos are not pre-organized, so I'm just recording as I do, so that if I find anything wrong or if I make any mistakes, you will see me troubleshooting it live with you, which is, I think, the best option for you if you want to learn how to make this stuff with hands-on. This is going to be raw, as it is. So in the previous video, we already have noticed that there were a bunch of duplicate lines. These lines were generated automatically via model viewer. These lines of code, I refer to this. It made a lot of duplicates. And if you didn't know, or didn't notice, and you may stumble across this even in the C130J livery creation if you want to take part to the DCS World Contest. So just be aware that if you place some code in here from these lines and you, I don't know, you set it to false so that your livery, your custom livery affects the model and it doesn't, there is a chance that there is a duplicate of that entry in the table. So I want to check if there are other duplicates. I'm sure there are. So if I highlight something with the Visual Studio, it shows me, and I can already see, you see, these two. So this file is the same as this, and this is likely the same as that one above. So this is a duplicate of these two lines on the top. So I'll just delete them. Let's see if anything else. Yeah, let's see if this one. Yeah, so I can safely delete these as well. And let me just order this stuff, the chalk. This one has no duplicates, okay. Various, this one has potentially a duplicate entry. Yes, it does. So we delete it because we don't want duplicate entries, because if one is set to true and one is set to false, DCS Word, or in this case model viewer, they wouldn't know what to do and they would probably not show you the texture that you are looking for. So front wheel, this one, yeah, you see how many duplicates. I don't know if this is typical of the auto-generated file or if instead it's just on this one model. So I leave you with the benefit of the doubt here, but in case it is, you just know now what to do. So this one is not a duplicate. This one has no duplicates. Glass has no duplicates. Lights, this is my language, guys, so Luci means lights. The Bano 2, okay, this one has no duplicates, and this one also doesn't have any duplicates, I can tell. Formation lights, nope. The MK10F, which, okay, has no duplicates. This one has duplicates. Pilot. And by the way, okay, I want to do the pilot, I said. So what I'll do now, I'll just take the pan pilot lines and then move them here, which is the official ones, the ones I'm working on. But I need to remember this one needs to be set on false, because I'm going to create this file in my custom livery folder. Okay, let's go ahead. A little bit of clean sweep is not bad. Now I forgot where I was. Okay, patch. Oh, the patch also is something we want to do, and it has no duplicates because the patch is likely this thing here with the rank and the Frecce Tricolores, the Italian logo here. So I'll move it above as well. If I made a mistake, let's see. Okay, I copied again and I lost what I copied in my clipboard, and this one also goes false. Okay, the HGU55 has no duplicates. I can tell this one either. Okay, the 33 has no duplicates. The oxygen tubes, we won't do them, but in case you want to do them, they are there. The pylons, I'll just do them because they are going to be quick, I think. Boom here, and I'll set them to false, even though we don't see them by default here. Then the tanks, the Bano 19, okay, this one, the tanks also will do, but we need to be careful. How many tanks are there? Okay, no, these are all correct because these are the tanks, the normal map, the damaged one, and the damaged normal map. So these ones are fine. And by the way, if you ever wondered, I've said it in a video previously, number 10 corresponds to normals. And we have the right and left. So we select them all, and I move them up here. So these are the ones we will work on through the course of this workshop. So I'm not going to do them today. Today I'm going to just focus on the suit and the patch and the helmet, okay? And then the diffuse, we want to be false. And here false as well. Now, what else? The Bano, they have nothing. Main wheel right, and these are actually duplicates. You can tell, you see? So these 4 lines are just too many. I need only 2. And the main wheel right. I wonder if there's a main wheel left. I haven't seen. Oh yeah, it's in there. Okay. For instance, if you are really picky with this stuff, you can just go up and paste it here if you really want to. Then, well, the flags are not duplicate, and the tendina. You know what this is? This is the canopy cover on the back where you practice IFR with this aircraft. Let me close this. We're not gonna need it. So these also are too many, so I'm going to delete this one. Vetrini, little glasses, I don't know what they refer to. I don't need them. Okay, and let's save this. Now, because I saved and I made changes, we need to reload model viewer. You know, we don't need to reload model viewer once the images are saved in the livery folder, and we don't touch the code, we don't touch anything else but the images themselves. So we can reload the images, but we cannot expect model viewer to know if we have added or removed something in the configuration or in the files. So the files must be all here and the configuration must be untouched. Let's just reload this one, and you can already see we are missing the textures for the suit, which is what we're going to work. Well, actually, we would miss much more, but it just doesn't show them. So let's go and open again the Lua file. And I thought I had the helmet. We don't know what the helmet here is. So we will figure it out as we go, because I don't think there is a code, any code for the helmet here. Yeah, in fact, that's why the helmet is still okay, but we're going to find it. So let's begin. The suit is very easy, but we don't have, as far as I remember, yeah, in the templates downloaded from the Eagle Dynamics website, we don't have the pilot. So how do we find the map for the pilot? We use Model Viewer, which in my case looks like there is a bug. I cannot click this window, so I need to reload it. Unfortunately, when this happens, I need to reload it and hope for the best. So let's do it. And first thing, I just click here. Okay. I don't need to change anything in the livery, so it's gonna be easier. I just type pilot. Yep. Pilot pan. We have the normal map as well for the pilot, which is nothing. If you want to enjoy, have fun with this, you can put some normals in the fabric. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to work on the UV mapping itself. And if you don't know how to show this, you just click the stats here. I made a video about this, so I'm not going to repeat. Now, we so far have generated a UV map using this function here, which downloads a CSV file, and using a Blender extension on Blender, which is like 2-click stuff. You don't need to know Blender to generate the wireframe of this. But in this case, we don't need it. So what we need to do is locate in this image here, which we do by clicking on Navigate. And it opens the folder in your DCS installation where this file is, and it's this one. It's already selected, but we don't want to use that. We don't want to modify it. So what we do, I just copy and paste it here. Now I can close this window and I can open the pilot. And it's a DDS file already here. Now I suspect we are going to need to reopen and reload Model Viewer, but we will see. So what I like to do here is, well, there are many ways. I'm a very old style Photoshop guy. So what I'll do here is just creating a mask by using the blue channel. So I'll just duplicate it. And then I'll just cut everything that I don't want to. Essentially, I'm going to make it white here. But it's actually not going to work. So let me just do another way. Let's see if we can do it with an adjustment. Hue saturation, yes, that is. And let me see if I can locate the blue and change its color. Yes, I can do it. Can I make it red or yellow? Perhaps, but we probably need to extend. Yeah, it's gonna be a little tricky. So what I do instead is just brush with my brush on top of it. Okay, it's good enough for me. And flatten image, boom, save it. Now we see if by reloading it will show. I don't think it will. Let me just also load the right livery, MB339A pan, the Mac one. And yeah, you can see I need to reopen Model Viewer, because when I launch Overview Model Viewer, it loads the files and it doesn't reload them when the time comes. For the same principle, then you can also make this yellow, for instance, if you want. Actually, I may do it in the final version. Well, yeah, I'm not reloading the right one. I need to go to the MB339 pan first. Okay, now you can see the red suit. Now, for the helmet, or, well, let me now show you. Let's do yellow. So let me invert the colors with the brush. I'll do the same. Actually, this one should be much easier, probably. Yeah, it is much easier. Now I duplicate this. I make a selection, not yet. I need to reduce the grays. Almost there. Okay, this is good enough for me. Yeah, it is good enough. So come here, and with my brush I'll just set this layer blending mode to color, and I'll just do the yellow t-shirt. Now deselect, and if it's not perfect, guys, this is not the point. It's just to be quick because I don't want to bore you with this. Now if I save it, yeah, there's another thing. You see, let me just do it again. Oh, it doesn't save anymore. But the thing, when I was saving, you saw it was showing some transparency. And that's because we have left an extra channel. We don't want to do it now. Let's save it again, and now this is correct. Okay, now we can reload, and the t-shirt now is indeed yellow. The patch also is another part that we don't have, and for which we will be forced to reload. So I think that the file name was patch. I don't find it anymore. Oh, patch FTV. So if I just search for patch here, I just paste it. There it is. And that's where we want to locate it. Scroll down, copy, close this, paste the DDS here, open the DDS, and we want the blue to become red essentially. This one I may actually be able to, yep, this one is perfect. So I just duplicate this, I invert it. Not so perfect after all, but let's see what I can do. Yeah, it's good enough. Now let me quickly do another trick. Let me just dodge exposure very low, and I dodge the highlights. Okay, the brush is already with zero hardness, and I'll just, you see, very lightly make this one clear. And I need to pass multiple times. Maybe I make it even smaller. This is an old trick from when selections were much harder to do, and this one we can make it black. Yeah, because I made a mistake to fill it with white first. Okay, I'll do it later. Okay, black, and now I just go for brush, make this one black, and This one also I want it to be black, but we are to a point where maybe it's better if I burn shadows, and I want to make just the edges, you know. I should have done with midtones perhaps. This is actually a very good technique if you want to select hair, depending on the background of course, but in cases like this, for instance, it's really good. Okay, we are about right. Now we have selected only the white in there, which is now what we are going to do red. So brush and mode color, okay, and we just color in this. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to serve the purpose. Then if you want to do something better, you just spend a little bit more time on it. Now let's not forget to delete this. And this one, as you can see, is already a transparent file, so we just save it as is. And we have it now. Now, because I have added this, if I just reload the textures, it won't work. You know, I need to reboot again Model Viewer. I should have done it for the pylons and everything else. It didn't occur to me. MB, it's first, it's before that, okay. And there we have it. You see now the patch also is red and the t-shirt is yellow, and nobody is actually going to go and check how precise I was. I don't think, at least. If you're very good, well, they are an acrobatic team, so perhaps they would be able to do that. Now let's do there's another thing. Now we have the pylons, so we just search for pylons. Let's see if it works. No, haha. So I need to reboot Model Viewer again. Well, technically speaking, you could have kept one of those folders with the original files open and just searching in there actually, but because I didn't. So let me just navigate this, copy pylons into my livery folder. So this one, copy, and then we need to do it for one more of these items, right? The tanks. So let's see, I don't think they have a right and left tank here. You see, you can just search here, but I actually don't like it. I prefer searching here. So just delete, search, tanks. Now, if I remember correctly, there's another thing that the acrobatic patrol uses, which we don't have in our Lua file here, and it's called Misty, which I think is well, it's still on the end of the wings actually, and well, we have it here, so why not copy this one as well, right? And paste it in here. But that one I'm going to do a separate tutorial for. Okay, we can operate on the file, but maybe in the next video I'll show you when I do the aircraft. Actually, let's do this when I do the aircraft. But at this point we should be good enough not to have to load. Oh, actually no, we have the helmet. Let's see the helmet. Now, when you don't know what to look for, you may want to actually just scroll and see if you see something that you don't know what it is, like this. Oh, this is the helmet, the HGU. HGU, we want to locate the helmet. Okay, and we locate the helmet, copy, paste it here. Now we have everything. We don't know, if I wouldn't stop recording, we would not need to reload Model Viewer ever again, but we won't need to reload it anyway because now all the files are in here. However, so let me check the Lua file because I don't think we have the HGU here in the Lua file, right? HGU. Oh yes, we have it. Okay, so we just need to move this one. Well, we don't need to move it. We can leave it there and just set it to false, but I prefer the ones I'm working on to be on the top. So I know these ones I haven't touched and these ones I do. False. Okay. Now, yes, we need to reload Model Viewer for the last time, at least, I hope. And now let's go to the pan one. Okay. Now let's go to Photoshop. This one is fine, I'm gonna close. This one is fine, I'm gonna close. This one I'm gonna leave it here. We need to locate the HGU, which is the helmet. Boom. Okay. Now for this we may even want to do the wireframe, but I won't. And actually this one is going to be an easy one. I just create a new layer, I set it to multiply, and I fill it with yellow. That's it. This white thing, I don't know what it is. Let's see. Just save it. So we made the yellow helmet. Reload. Yeah. And this one doesn't have the same helmet. But honestly, the acrobatic team will have nobody on the back. So, you know, this one is the only person we need to have that. And looks okay to me, just to show you what we did. So we have located files that were not in the template, and we have created a custom image regardless. Let me stop here, and I'll see you in the next one. By the way, guys, before you go, please leave a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments if there's something you are struggling with, and I'll be happy to show you. I think for today is all, and Chango over. See you next time. Bye.